Hi, my name is Juliette Aymar, and this is our brand new Cambridge Institute channel. In this first episode, we'll talk about a celebration that began here in Europe, became a typically American party, and now is all over the world. Any guesses? If you thought Halloween, you hit the nail right on the head. Everyone knows that on Halloween, people wear costumes, children go trick-or-treating, houses are decorated with spider webs, tombstones, and jack-o'-lanterns. Horror is everywhere, and it is fun. But where does it all come from? The truth is that Halloween is a patchwork of many customs and traditions different peoples had in the past, all around the same theme: death and the unknown. In the Northern Hemisphere, October marks the beginning of shorter, colder days. That for ancient people meant the beginning of a time of uncertainty. Would they have enough food and supplies to survive the winter? Would they get sick? Why were days so short and nights so long and dark? Had the gods abandoned them? So the theme of death was very present in many ancient cultures. The Celts, for example, celebrated Samhain on the night of October 31st. They believed that at this time, the wall that separates the world of the living and the world of the dead got considerably thinner, so spirits could come to our world, and we could get lost in the dark and end up trapped in the world of the dead. So in this festival, they lit up huge bonfires, offered sacrifices, and disguised themselves in animal skin so to confuse the spirits. The Romans also had a festival to honor their dead, called Lemuria. It was celebrated on May the 13th. Romans believed that on this day, the dead would come back to haunt people. So to prevent this, they poured milk on their graves and left cakes as offering, so the spirits wouldn't haunt them. All these traditions and superstitions were embraced by the Catholic Church, most probably in an attempt to convert pagans to Christianity. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III transferred Lemuria from May 13th to November the 1st, and dedicated this day to all saints and martyrs of the Church. It was called All Hallows' Day. As Samhain was celebrated the night before, October 31st, it was known as All Hallows' Eve. And that's where we got our name, Halloween. During the Middle Ages, the Church established yet another holiday on November 2nd in honor of all dead, not only the saints. It was called All Souls' Day. On this day, people prayed for the souls in the purgatory. They believed that if a soul had enough prayers, it could leave the purgatory and go to heaven. So children went door to door, offering to pray for the souls in the purgatory in exchange for soul cakes, which were little cakes with raisins. That's most probably the first form of trick-or-treating. As the years passed, this 3-day festival incorporated other behaviors and superstitions. It became a horror night, not only because of fear of spirits, but also fear of other people. Witches, for example. People believed witches were women who had a pact with the devil, and they could do a lot of harm, especially during Halloween. And of course, thieves and criminals saw the festival as a good opportunity to commit crime. These customs and traditions traveled to America with European immigrants in the 19th century. It was common to see groups of teenagers playing tricks and pulling pranks on their neighbors, mainly in rural areas. During the Great Depression, however, these pranks turned into destructive behavior. Acts of vandalism were common on Halloween night, and some states were even discussing a ban on the holiday. It was the Roosevelt administration that encouraged the creation of local Halloween events that would keep children and teenagers busy having fun instead of vandalizing the cities. So people began organizing Halloween parties, giving children lots of candy and activities, and turning this night into a nice family event in which people could have fun and be safe at the same time. By the 1940s, Halloween was already an American tradition, with disguises, trick-or-treating, bobbing for apples, lots of candy, and jack-o'-lanterns. Well, that's the story. Halloween has been traveling for hundreds of years, always adding, changing, and modernizing, and it is still here with us today. Nowadays, it is a party for everyone, no matter where you're from or what age you are. So enjoy the spooky night. Happy Halloween! Get started. So the theme of death and offered sacrifices and war. This is not good.
Action!
And we could get dark in the lost. The Romans also had a celebration.
No.
People started calling it. Okay. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory VIII, the Third, and dedicated this day to all saints and martyrs of the Church. During the Middle Ages, the Church, in honor of all souls, not only the soul.
The sense.
The saints. That's what I was looking for. The Church. It was during the Middle Ages, right? Bobbing for apples and organizing candy. Lots of candy. Giving children lots of candy and activities. What the hell? An American tradition with everything.